Hi everyone, this is Susan with the Rhinestone World. In this video, I'll show you how to use this Happy Halloween design from the Rhinestone World to create two different Halloween projects. I'm going to bring this into Silhouette Studio and cut Siser Easyweed glow-in-the-dark vinyl for the words and Magic Flock template material for the rhinestone design that surrounds the words. And then for the second project, I'll cut Siser Easyweed adhesive to use with silver and red magic foil to create the blood spatter effect. And I'll also press these little words up here on the thick strings on the hoodie using our Siser Easyweed glow-in-the-dark vinyl as well. I'll press it all using my pink craft heat press and some heat tape and some pressing pillows. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm here in Silhouette Studio Business Edition. This is version 4.1. And the great thing about these two projects is that I don't need to spend any time doing designing, because if you're using this downloaded design, which I've done here, I'm just going up to the file open icon and I'm going to select this from my downloads, and it's going to bring in the design. And this is an SVG file, and it's going to come in with all of them grouped together. So let me just close this panel. The first thing I'm going to do is right click and ungroup it, and you can see we've got it in different parts here. You'll notice when I ungroup, it ungroups every single rhinestone here, so I do want to group those back together. But first of all, I'm going to delete this part because I don't need this piece of the design, and I'm just deleting it from my design page. I still have the download, so I haven't lost it. And I'm going to use this part because I'm going to use it in the second part of our design as well. So I'm just moving it out of the way. And the first part that I'm going to cut is using our Magic Flock template material. So I'm going to come over here to the rhinestones, and I just want to select all of them and group them back together. So I'm using the shortcut Control G. You can also right click and group them together. And I'm bringing it over so that it's ready to cut. And I like this size. The size is going to work well. I have this tote bag I'm going to put it on, so this will make a nice trick-or-treating bag. It's a 12 by 12 area. So this design, it's 9.4 inches by 3.7 something inches. That's going to fit on there well. So this is going to have glow-in-the-dark Siser HTV surrounded by orange rhinestones. So this is going to be cute on a trick-or-treat bag. And this is ready to go. So I don't need to reverse this. If I go to the send panel, notice that with SVG files, often your cut lines don't show up, so you can click on that and make sure you have the cut action selected, and then notice those red cut lines will show up. And I'm going to come up here to my material and make sure that I select the Magic Flock template material. And the thing I don't like about my color scheme on here is when it's highlighted, it makes it hard to see it. So I just want to glance at my cut settings and make sure that this is accurate. And yes, that's good. And it's got the 2 passes, so it's important that you do the double cut for Magic Flock material. So I will do a test cut first on this, and I'm not going to cut this yet. I just want to go back and show you the next step for cutting the rest of the design. So for this one, which we're going to cut out of the glow-in-the-dark to go with the rhinestones, this one again is ready to go. I will just flip this, and I can go to my send panel, and this is going to be cut out of the Easyweed glow-in-the-dark. So I can select my material. Notice again, I don't have my cut lines here, so I'm just going to click on it and make sure that the cut action is selected, and now the cut lines are there. And I'll come up here to the material and select Siser Easyweed, and I keep having a problem with my box disappearing. So I can select my Siser Easyweed here, and it's ready to go. Looking at my cut settings, that looks good. I will just do a test cut on this also first. And then, since this size is perfect for my shirt, I'm going to keep it right here in the design page and on the send page. And for this one, I'm going to cut this out of Siser Easyweed adhesive, and it's the same cut settings, so I will go ahead and run this cut job again, and this one is just going to go on this long sleeve t-shirt, and that's going to be in the adhesive, because we're going to do a two-step process for this. So we're going to do the Easyweed adhesive, and then we're going to put foil on it, and with this foil we're going to do a technique where it's looks like a blood spatter on it. So as long as my test cuts come out okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut these, and I'll get the heat press warmed up and we can get going. Okay, I'm here at my Pinkcraft heat press, and I have a pressing pillow I'm going to use. So I'm going to stick this inside because I want there to be good contact with my bag, and I'm going to give this a little pre-press first just to get out any moisture and adjust my pressure. So this design is going to go, I want it to be somewhere right in the middle of the bag. I think that pressure is good. So to start with, I'm going to put down my Easyweed glow in the dark, and I'm just going to tack this for a couple seconds, and I'm going to do that with pretty firm pressure so that it gets good connection with the material. And then I'm going to come in for our second press with the rhinestones. So I'm just going to line this up, and okay, so this is tacked on. I'm going to see if it's, yep, looks good. I'm going to take off our carrier, and this is ready for our rhinestones, which I have ready here. So I'm going to turn this around so that I can line it up. And, oh, I have a stray rhinestone here. So I hope that was an extra one from my board, because I don't think I have any missing. Okay, I have my stones all lined up, and I'm going to give us a final press for 15 seconds. Okay, so our stones look good. And now we have our trick-or-treating bag all ready. So there's one project, and this has got the glow in the dark, so this is going to be really cute on Halloween night. The next project that we're using this same design for is our long sleeve t-shirt hoodie. Okay, I have my shirt pre-pressed here, and I have my Easyweed adhesive ready to press on. So I'm just going to tack this on for like a couple seconds, and I marked my center, so I've lined it up with the top center of my neckline, and here are my sleeves. So I just want this to be centered right about here. Okay, so I'm going to press this on. All right, and now you can see how the color has changed to a dark color, and so I can see that this is activated and this is ready for our foil. So I'm gonna do something different with this foil. I'm gonna use 2 steps here. So I'm first gonna cut a piece of silver foil, and I'm gonna cut this just to cover our design. And I'm gonna use some red after. I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm going to make my bats solid silver. So I'm gonna cut a couple small pieces of silver, and I'm going to put silver over my bats so that they are solid silver. So I'm just gonna place my foil on here. And I'm going to use a couple pieces of magic heat tape just to hold them in place. When I have them right where I want them, I'll just hold it down with the tape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crinkle this silver foil. And I'm going to crinkle it really good. I'm going to put it in a tiny little ball and uncrinkle it. And it's going to go right through the rest of our design. So I'm going to press this just like it is, as long as it covers all of the glue, all of the adhesive. And I'm going to give this okay. So this is a cold peel, so I'm going to let this cool for a minute first, and then the gaps that are left, I'm going to fill it in with our red foil. So I'm going to cut a piece of foil for this. Just to fill in the empty holes. And the great thing about the foil is this doesn't have to be perfectly straight lines, and you don't cut your foil with your cameo. You're just cutting pieces. So I'm going to let this cool for a few minutes. Okay, so I'm ready to take a look at this and see how it looks. And it looks pretty much covered in with the silver. I may not have even crinkled it enough, so I'm going to see if any red will fill in any cracks. I'm going to put my red over top, and I'm going to press this again. Oh. So I'm going to let this cool, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, our foil has cooled, and I'm going to peel this off. All right. Looks good. So you can see how the red filled in all of the little holes that were left behind. Our bats are solid silver, but the rest of the word is filled in with some red. So the last step I have for this shirt is I have some little words that I'm going to press on to our strings. And I'm going to take a look at how these strings fall down naturally, and looks like they fall like this. So I'm going to put them across my heat press, and I'm going to put my words on here. I'm going to flip my words around so that the boo is going one direction and the eek is going the other. And now with these little ends of the strings, I don't want those on here because they're thick, and I'm going to lose contact with the heat press if I leave them up here in my pressing area. So I'm going to let them hang off just a little, and I'm going to arrange these. I can separate them. They're just exactly the size of my strings, so I want to make sure all of my word is on here before I press them on. Okay, and I just need some heat tape to hold this in place. So I'm going to use my heat tape that I used. For the foil. And I'm going to tape it right down. I'm going to get my cover sheet. I'm going to press this for a full 15 seconds. Okay, they look good. Our shirt is finished, and our tote bag is finished. So this was 2 quick projects using that same design. If you like this video, please click like below and be sure to subscribe here to the Rhinestone World so you don't miss anything. And please call us or email us if you have any questions. Our phone number is 941-755-1696, or you can email us at info@therhinestoneworld.com. Thanks for watching.